of coffee and tune in to Good Morning Aurora. News, weather, and really cool interviews. Monday through Friday from 8 to 9 a.m.
Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is 8:02 a.m. You're listening to and watching Good Morning, Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. I hope that you're all doing good today and having a great Monday. It's the 26th, and we're back after Christmas. I hope that you guys all had a nice Christmas, a beautiful Christmas, and a squared away Christmas with your family. I hope that Santa got you everything your little heart desires, too. So we're going to do this today and chop it up with you guys, and hopefully you guys are well rested and motivated. I know a lot of you guys are still off for the holidays, so if you are off, continue to be off. Get your reset on, because when we get back to work, I'm sure it's going to be hectic for a lot of you guys, just as it is for me. There's some cool updates that we got to talk about today. Waubonsie Community College is building a new career education center. That's some good news. And then after that, there's also a new director of Waubonsie Community College as well. New president. And he starts the job on January 30th. So shouts out to him. Guy starts right after the holiday and into a brand new year. So that's something good to look forward to, right? But I hope that you guys had a great Christmas. What'd you get? Did you get everything that your little heart desired? Did Santa Claus look out for you? Did he give you everything you wanted and needed? If he did, kudos. If he did not, maybe you were naughty this year. Maybe you got mad coal in your stocking, right? But if you're like me, take that coal, put that on the barbecue grill. That's all right. That'll make a meal. The time is 8:04 a.m. So before we get started, I want to just remind you guys of a couple of local pieces of news that are happening out here in the city at the moment, with a couple of great things that are going to be taking place with the new year coming up here. And it's a brand new year, guys. Come on, 2023. Well, it's not there yet. It's right around the corner. But I hope that you guys are ready for it. You need to be ready. I personally am ready for this brand new year. I'm looking forward to some great new things, some new opportunities, some new initiatives taking place, and hopefully we can, start the year off right, continue it good, and end next year and go into 2024 with a great disposition. But first things first, we told you guys about this a couple of weeks ago, but State Representative Maura Hirschauer, who is a longtime advocate for gun safety reform, she's fighting for an assault weapons ban and for gun safety. Quote, gun violence is a complex issue, and we cannot properly address it without hearing the input and experiences of survivors, the families of victims, healthcare professionals, and other stakeholders. Today, we heard the stories of so many brave individuals who have lived through unspeakable tragedy. Their courage and honesty cannot be understated, and will continually aspire my work to reduce gun violence and pass a ban on assault weapons and high-capacity magazines. Close quote. She is a chief co-sponsor of House Bill 5855, also known as the Protect Illinois Communities Act. That proposal will ban assault weapons, large-capacity magazines, and rapid-fire devices, strengthen firearm restraining order laws, and hold gun manufacturers accountable for marketing firearms products using deceptive marketing tactics. That's interesting. The committee also passed House Joint Resolution 97, which mourns the lives lost in the 4th of July shooting in Highland Park. So I think that's a very good, time is 8:06 a.m. I think that's a very good initiative. It was a little bit ago, but we talked about, good morning, Maria. It was a little bit ago, but we did talk about firearm restraining orders. Which, especially in domestic violence cases, a person's right to a firearm can be restrained if they've been threatening someone or been physical or violent in the past. That's something that's not very well known. A lot of people don't know about the firearm restraining orders. And with that being said, if you don't know about the firearm restraining order, then you can't advocate for that or strengthen those. And I think for the gun safety crowd, that will go a long way into providing some kind of relief and care, as we deal with the larger issue of gun health and gun safety. Time is 8:07 a.m. You are listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. It's a snowy Monday morning, but it's a beautiful Monday morning, and I personally love it. Okay, moving right along. The next great thing that I saw about that I thought was something really cool that you guys should definitely know about was something called Candlelight and Community. Readings, reflections, and remember recently passed persons. Now, this is interesting. Listen to this. Candles, readings of names and reflections about recently passed persons highlighted a memorial service. This was just last week. The third annual Light Up the Night Candlelight and Community Vigil was held outdoors at Water Street Mall in downtown Aurora. Reverend John Bell, pastor at Wesley United Methodist Church in Aurora, coordinated and emceed the event. Holding candles, guests gave reflections and read a poem and names of persons who passed in 2021. About 15 people attended the event. In addition to Wesley United Methodist Church, speakers represented World Relief Chicagoland's Aurora office, Hesed House Homeless Shelter, Aurora Area Interfaith Food Pantry, and Association for Individual Development's Street Outreach Team. Shout out to our dear friends Yvette and Lindsay. As Reverend Bell explained, again, we gathered as a community to light candles and to read the names of persons who died in 2021. We remembered people who have passed on and held their lives in the light of community. Hugh Elliott, Traditional Worship Director, Susan Bachmeyer, World Relief, Shannon Cameron, Executive Director of the Food Pantry, and Joe Jackson, of Executive Director, Hesed House, were the people offering the reflections. People that died because of human trafficking, violent crimes, and persecution, among many other reasons. So kudos and thank you very much to these great people for all the wonderful things they do. The time is 8:09 a.m. You're listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. I have a heater on, and it's making a little bit of noise. Give me a quick second as I take care of this heater. Time is 8:10. We are back. All right. So, got some great news for you guys today, though. What's up with this chair, yo? Anybody else have a problem with the chair just doing its very best to keep you down? Can't be having no chairs keeping us down. Time is 8:10. Okay. A couple of great pieces of news here. Don't forget that round 2 of the Illinois Emergency Homeowner Assistance, ILHAF, is open for applications. Up to $60,000 per household is available for eligible applicants. If you or someone you know is behind on their mortgage, please share the information. The deadline for applications is January 31st. You can contact our friends of the Neighbor Project at 630-906-9400 with any questions. Also, in addition to that, there's still we still have the clothing drive for seniors going on until the end of the year. The Neighbor Project and Everlasting Word Church have teamed up for the senior clothing drive going until the end of the year. Like I just said that. New or gently used items are very much appreciated. The flyer has been shared, so you can see that for more details and specifics. For more information, call 630-906-1392 with any questions. Both locations at 32 South Broadway and 22 North Highland Avenue can receive items. 22 North Highland Avenue is Everlasting Word Church. It's a great church. Shout out to to Bishop Donaldson and all of the rest of the church. staff. They're doing a good job. So yeah, please donate if you can. New or gently used items. Do not give hand-me-downs with holes in them and all that. That's not cool. If you wouldn't wear it, don't give it to people just thinking that they should just wear it just because it's old and raggedy. All right, time is 8:12. So, here's where the conversation gets fun. I realized I had an interesting Christmas break. I said had because for me, the Christmas break is over. Here we are. It's Monday, and we back. But there's two things happened. One, I was humbled. I was really humbled. And then two, I had to reiterate something to a dear friend of mine, which, was kind of strange for me to have to do. On the one hand, I had a client just last week. Many of you guys who listen to the show and who know me personally, you will know that I work in housing, for lack of a better explanation. And I do meet people who do need help in many different ways, from rent assistance to mortgage assistance or being unhoused and needing to find housing, period. I might sound a little bit stuffy, you guys. My brother I got like this weird sinus thing going on. I don't know. But I had a client, and for a lot of you guys who know me, you know that besides this right here, this is the most I sit in one place all day. Unless it's like a Zoom call I have to be on or a staff meeting for work, I got to be on that call. And right, I don't really sit down a lot. I don't spend an hour doing anything, maybe cooking, some other things, but that's it. And I have been, I guess, trained or just, I don't know, for years and years and years now, my life has just been like, come on, let's go, let's get it, let's make it happen, right? I'm motivated. Well, I had this client come, and she needed, I'm going to dance around this, not to put anybody's business out in the street, but she needed some help. And part of the help was going to have to be to apply online for some assistance. That in itself is it could be like a 30-minute process to do that. Did you have this information? Let me see your ID. Scan your ID. Scan your Social Security. Scan this. Scan that. Put the document in PDF. All that. It could be like 30 minutes to do one application for this person. So I had Josue Pais is here. Good morning to you, Josue Pais. Josue Pais, Harry B's Dog Parlor, Ray Hull, Jennifer Ryan Mayton. Good morning. Good to see y'all. The time is 8:14 a.m. So I had this client, and the first day she was supposed to meet me at like 1 o'clock, 1:15. Now she calls me, hey, you know what? Something came up. I'm not going to make it. Okay. Then she did it again, right? Hey, something came up. I'm not going to make it. Oh, are you available tomorrow? The next day, tomorrow was a Saturday. So I was like, in my head, I'm thinking no, but, person needs help. So I'm like, yeah, I'm available Saturday until about 2 p.m. Lo and behold, she didn't contact me at all until like 4 p.m. And then it was like, oh, something came up. Okay. So long story short, she dropped the ball on me like maybe 3 times, right? We're supposed to meet, and she canceled last minute or so late, all this. So last week, a dear friend by the name of Amy Morton, who's also a talented photographer, she was in here in our lovely studio, and she had to get some work done, take some pictures, and do some filming, basically, for a VIP client. Now, it just so happens that the lady was going to be available then to talk to me, right? But now I'm engaged. So I remember thinking to myself, like, you know what? 3 strikes, you're out, man. Absolutely, Josue, right? So I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I cannot say no to Amy Morton. Amy Morton needs this space to do what she's got to do for a VIP client. So that's not gonna happen. So I told the person, I was like, you know what? How about this? I got some time. I'm engaged right now. After this, we'll meet up. She said, okay. She said, you know what? I'm so sorry. I've been dissing you all this time and all that. I will make this time. I said, all right. We were supposed to meet at 2 p.m. I didn't get done with Amy more until like 2:30, something like that. So I told the lady I could be free at 3 o'clock. She came at 3 o'clock. But she came with her mom, who doesn't speak English, and her son, who has autism. And when she came, she said, you know what? I'm sorry I haven't been, upholding my end of the bargain and been here for these sessions and everything. And I'm sorry I dissed you and all that. But, my son has autism. I really don't want to go through this process with my son. So I've been trying to, get somebody to watch him and things. It's just been hectic. And that's when it struck me. Because we're going to have to dig into all of this with this person. I'm going to ask her stuff about her bank account and, right? I'm going to probe and get those intimate details out. She don't want to do that with her son, who has autism. And that's when it dawned on me. I said, you know what? I'm moving too fast. Right? What I'm looking at as just a job, just a thing. Come on, I just need to get you off my list. It's more than that for her. So she brought her mom so that she could watch her son for her. And they just sat in the kitchen that we have at work. And she engaged her son while I worked with mom. And every time that happens to me, I'm consistently humbled by that. And that actually made me feel good on the one hand to help this lady, because this was just a couple days before Christmas. It really made me feel good to help her, and she was all relieved. But when it was all over for me, I felt kind of not bad. How did I feel? I felt I don't know. I felt a little, dare I say, I felt a little ashamed of myself. I did. Because, right, I just wanted this lady, that's, right, all I wanted was to get done with her. For me, it's nothing. I got a house. I got a crib to go to. Right? I'm not living in my friend's basement with my son. And when it was all over, man, I felt again, slightly ashamed of myself. I did. Because I had to think again, yo, I'm moving too fast. There are people out here with bigger problems than mine. And when you get to the point where you just start looking at people like their life is giving you a problem, that's not good. So I went into Christmas. I went into the whole holiday season because, again, it was a time constraint too. I had to be done at a certain time so I could go home, wrap some gifts, and then go get my son. And the whole thing just made me really pause, take a step back, and look at life again. Yo, remember, it's not just about me and how I'm doing. It's about somebody else. What I thought was just a lady playing around and playing games was actually way more serious than that. Who wants to go through who wants to go through talking about a divorce and what year that was, and you used to live here and you lost your house? Who wants to do that? Nobody. Who wants to do that with their kid there? Nobody wants to do that with their kid there. So I guess talking just to people like me, there comes a moment. It'll come back, right? Where we doing everything, but you have to stop and think about somebody else's life and not just your own. So that was a little bit of something that took me into Christmas. But how was your Christmas? You guys can let me know that in the chat. The time is 8:21 a.m. You're listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. Host Ray Pais says, God has a way. That's a fact. That is a fact. Because I got the message. Oh, I did. Josue. I got the message. I got the message. And the message was when that lady's application went through, I mean submitted, because it's a process, right? But when we got over that hurdle, I'm looking at the clock, right? I'm thinking about everything else I got to do. But everything else I had to do was small in comparison to what that lady just did, which was really big for her. So I'm blessed, man. And in a way, I went into Christmas with a better mind frame. I think I lost the hustle and bustle, and I got back to being a human about it, which is really important to me. Dan Barrero's here. Good morning to you, dear sir. The time is 8:22 a.m. Couple quick pieces of news, and then we'll get back to the second part of what I want to talk about today. So I had a great, let me see here. We had an event that we were going to do last week on the 22nd with Jamie Mosser, Kane County State's attorney. That ended up being postponed due to, oh, God. Hold on, scratch that. Oof. Hold on, sip it up. Everybody sip it up. I need to. Okay, that's better. Damn near choked to death on the mic. That wouldn't be cool. But we had a discussion that we were going to do with Kane County State's attorney, Jamie Mosser. That had to be postponed due to the weather. So we will be doing that episode and having that happen in January. The date right now is TBD. I think the 16th or around about that part was when we were going to try to do it. So stay tuned for that. We'll be talking about Jamie Mosser's first 2 years in office as the state's attorney of Kane County and what she wants to accomplish with her next 2 years. So get ready for that. You guys will love that conversation. I guarantee it. The time is 8:23. Don't forget about Healthy Families Aurora. They offer weekly home visits by a caring family support specialist, doula support, breastfeeding support, child development screenings, infant massage lessons, childcare resources, family outings, and group activities. You can enroll today. The program is free. How do you enroll and receive services? I'm glad you asked that question. You can call one of two numbers. 630-488-6000 is one number, and then 847-644-9249 is the other. All services are free of charge, voluntary, and confidential. So shouts out to Healthy Families Aurora. Actually, this is a program brought to us by our friends of Family Focus. So shouts out to our dear friends of Family Focus as well. Okay, don't forget that the African American Heritage Advisory Board has the African American Leader of the Year event, which will be taking place. It'll be going next year. The event honors those Aurorans who've made an impact locally. Submissions, the date for submissions has already passed, but we've shared the link many times, and actually it's like the fifth post down on our Facebook page. If you want to click that link, you can still go and check out the post on the City of Aurora's website and learn more about it and what to expect. Josue says, bro, no, you got us thinking about ourselves. You set the bar up for us to be better people. We got a higher purpose. It's a vibe. It's an energy. It's a light. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Man. Because it is. It totally is, man. It totally is. But you and I talked about this too, Josue, as well. We talked about this. If you remember, I think we were having either some Red Stripes or some Mike's Hard Lemonade, and we were talking about this, man. It's like it comes a point, man. You find out, like, it's you, right? And you know what, Josue, that actually, scratch that. You know what, that actually takes me into what I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to talk about love, right? I wanted to talk about love because something else made itself apparent, too. You got to stop. We as people, not just as men, Vanessa Rodriguez-Aguirre here. Good morning to you, Vanessa Rodriguez-Aguirre. Merry Christmas to you. Hope you had a great one with your family. But here's the thing, Josue, and I'm glad you brought that up. The whole thing, right? We need to hang out and understand who we are. Try this for the new year. I got some novel thinking for you guys. Hang out with people who love you. Stop hanging out with people who just like you. Does that make sense? Don't hang out with people who just like you. Hang out with people who love you. Now, what's the difference, right? You'll be asking yourself, what's the difference, Curtis? I mean, I got friends. Yeah, you got friends, right? But how are you, the people that you hang around and you present yourself to and you stay around, what's that relationship like? Oh, I know Josue. I know Vanessa. How you? They all right. Nah. Well, we're not really cool. I used to work with them. Blah, blah. No. Don't hang around people who just like you. I don't hang around people who just like me. I don't hang around people who, hang around people who love you. On the flip side, yourself. Find people that you love, that you want to be around. Find people who bring you up. Find people who elevate you, who lift you up, who make you feel good. Right? I think that's more of the measure of at least a self-fulfilling message, a self-meaning message, a message of who we are as individuals. I think that's a strong thing for us all to think about as we go into this brand new year. Because again, if you only hang out with people who just like you, who are just cool with you, they all right, you're going to be living an all right life. You're just going to have some all right friends. You're just going to have all right associations. How was the prayer? It was all right. How's your relationship? It's all right. How's your marriage? It's all right. Who wants that? Who wants that? Nobody. Nobody wants that. So I would say good morning to the Hangovers. Shout out to the Hangovers. Actually, the Hangovers will be playing at our New Year's Eve bash, so get ready for that. The Hangovers are a fantastic band straight out of Decatur, Illinois. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. Right? Josue, you feeling that? Hang out with people who love you. I'm blessed. I try to do things to show people that I love them. I do not associate or hang around people who just like me. I'm all right, or I just like them. The same thing. It's not a personal thing, right? It's not an arrogant thing. It's the same thing. I don't hang around people who I just think they all right. I mean, we might run into each other. Yeah, I might see you at the, Prisco Center in the back. Oh, what's good? That's a difference. I think for too long, people have just been hanging out with people and just doing things and going to places and talking to this guy and that just because they pass in time. But, and I don't want to sound like your parents when I tell you this, but time isn't forever. Think about that. Time is 8:29 a.m. You're listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. I want to say good morning to all of you fantastic, beautiful, wonderful, motivated, self-fulfilling, great, stupendous, excellent. What other words can I use for you? All you beautiful people. You're strong. You're the one who can do it. You're the one who can provide. Don't forget that. Oh, no, you don't. Don't forget that. As a matter of fact, sip it up. The cool thing about doing radio is that when I want to take a sip, we all take a sip. Josue says, yeah, I feel you. Look what you did for that lady. You set the vibe and energy. Now what you do. Say, absolutely. She's going to pay it forward. That's what we want her to do, pay it forward. Okay, Waubonsie Community College is building a new career education building. Waubonsie Community College officials have approved the construction of a career education building, which will house the college's automotive technology, auto body repair, and welding programs in an effort to help teach more students skills seen as desperately needed in the workplace. Keisha Stepney, Executive Director for Business, Technology, and Workforce Education at Waubonsie, said that after looking at the demand in the labor market and talking with students in high school, they realized the need to expand the current career education offerings at the school. The new building will not only provide room for more classes, but also more modern facilities and chances for Waubonsie to partner with industries in the area. Quote, we are bursting at the seams. Classes in the automotive technology program fill up in less than 5 minutes of registration opening. It's definitely an in-demand program for the college, and we want to serve as many students as possible. Close quote. A concept plan for the Career and Technical Education building was approved by the Waubonsie Board of Trustees in October. The new building will sit at the south end of the college's Sugar Grove campus and is projected to cost around $59 million. Construction is set to begin in April 2024. The time is 8:31 a.m. You're listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. All right. So there is that. Good stuff happening at the Waubonsee Community College Sugar Grove campus. Love to see it. Love to hear it. But check this out. There's a new president of Waubonsee Community College, and he's going to be starting the job on January 30th. The Board of Trustees has selected the school's next president to serve after the current president retires next month after more than 21 years of service. Brian Nettle was selected to serve as the college's fifth president and currently serves as provost and executive vice president of, let me turn the page here. Executive vice president of community something, and then it's cut off. Oh, student affairs at Grand Rapids Community College in Grand Rapids, Michigan. He will start his new role at Waubonsee on January 30th with a contract through June 30th of 2025. The college's current president is Christine Sobek. She's retiring on January 4th of next year. The board appointed Diane Nyhammer, Vice President of Educational Affairs, to serve as interim president between Sobek's departure and Nettle beginning work. At its meeting on December 14th, the Waubonsee Community College Board of Trustees officially appointed Nettle to serve as the college's president. Quote, I am eager to join the team of talented and dedicated faculty and staff at Waubonsee and appreciate the opportunity to continue the great work of community colleges in the state where I was born and raised. I'm impressed by this college's history of excellence and inspired by its desire to become a beacon of creativity and transformation for its students, staff, and community. All right. A new president for Waubonsee. Shouts out to him. Okay. So what'd you guys get let's talk about your life. I was talking about my life enough. What'd you guys get the kids for Christmas? Did you get them everything that they wanted? Is your house still a mess of packages and ripped up paper and confetti and ribbons and scissors laying around dangerously? I hope not. Pick up the scissors. Don't run around with the scissors on the floor. I saw some really good TikToks and I saw some really good Instagram stories. So I know a lot of our great listeners out there had a really, really, really cool and good time with the family. I'm glad you guys did. Did you get the kids everything that they wanted? My son loves a bunch of video game stuff. So Roblox. Gotta have Roblox. So many, we got the Steam set and all that. So, Steam is an online video gaming platform for youngsters, young kids. I think it's for everybody, actually. I'm really not too sure about that. But anyway, so I hooked him up with a whole bunch of stuff. But Amazon did let a brother down. You order packages, you pay extra money, and then guess what happens? A little storm comes. Oh, your package is going to be delayed. Thanks. It's only the most important day in the world, and the person who wants it is only 10 years old. But, hey, what do we know, right? But interestingly enough, we're moving to a new age and a new phase in our world, in our society, and in America. I'm old enough to remember when nothing was open on Christmas. You guys remember that? Remember when nothing was open on Christmas? The streets were bare. Nothing was open. Everything was dead. Everybody was at home. Now, it's not like that. Now they want you to come out. They don't want you to stay home. Why stay home? Spend Christmas with us at KFC. Why stay home? Bring your family out for Christmas to XYZ restaurant. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, on the one hand, if you want to go out and eat, you can do that. But is there a concerted effort to not make people congregate as families? This sounds kind of conspiratorial, doesn't it? Curtis, what are you talking about, man? Are you saying that there's somebody, some person who doesn't want people to hang out together at home and play Uno? I don't know about that. All I know is I saw a whole lot of media and commercials and all kinds of stuff, all aimed towards people not being at home. But let's ask ourselves, is that what the people want? Right? What was it all before Christmas? Spend time with family, holiday time with the loved ones, gather around the Christmas tree and a happy bop, right? And then on Christmas Eve, don't cook tomorrow. Come on out to Fuddruckers. I don't know. It's just the two to me seem very, they seem contradictory. But I'm not a person who believes in suspicions. I'm not a person who believes in ghosts and goblins and media efforts to divide the household unit. I don't believe in that. But I'm like you. I'm just watching it, right? I'm just looking. I'm looking at all the ways we're told not to stay home as a family, right? You see the commercials. Do you want to be in the kitchen making mashed potatoes and gingerbread houses? Well, for $26.99, you can get the gingerbread house kit for a limited time at the blah, blah, blah store, right? I see it. And it makes me wonder, that's not right. That's not what we should be doing. We should be having the world's greatest parties. That's what we should be doing. Right? We should be spending time around the fire with your little toes right there by the mistletoe and all that with the crackle. Right? When the fire. I don't know if some of y'all got a fireplace. If you don't, then you gotta imagine what it sounds like. But yeah. We should be drinking mistletoe or eggnog together. Ain't nobody trying to go out and drink no eggnog at the restaurant. Let's do it together. Huh? Aren't the memories better together? Or is that just my life? The time is 8:39 a.m. Good morning to Gloria Jurado. She says, good morning to you, Aurora. Hope you had yourself a nice Christmas day and weekend too. Well, have a blessed day today. Amen. Thank you very much for that, Gloria. I appreciate that. Aisha Saxon is here. Good morning to you, Aisha Saxon. Good morning. We're right back at you. Casildo says, we didn't do gifts. We concentrated on doing a family meal and being together. I like that. I'm feeling that. Yeah, I'm feeling that. And you know what? Here's the thing about the whole gift thing and the family. Do you know that in many parts of the world, the gathering is the gift? Did you know that? Some places of the world, they're not bringing presents. Bring a present. This is the present. All 80 of us together in this banquet hall, in this apartment room, in this house. Maybe that's the gift. You know, the more, it's like the older I get, right? And everybody, I'm sure that Josue thinks like this. You know, the older we get, Aisha Sachs, you know how we do. Come on, we got family and kids and all that. The more we go and we grow, and as the years go by, it's less and less about the stuff, right? Remember when it was all about the stuff? Y'all remember that? Remember when Super Nintendo, not Sega Genesis, not Atari, Super Nintendo, or My Little Pony, whatever it was. But you look at it, and stuff becomes less and less important. Less and less important. My Christmas was magnificent. My Christmas was great. I had probably the greatest Christmas since Bing Crosby found his horse. Why? Is it because I had the Rocket Range Rover pack with the jet blaster? No. It was because my son did. Right? It's because I got to see the excitement on his face. Right? As I'm throwing away the paper and all that. Oh, awesome. What? Oh, yeah. That's what it's all about. And I think that only the families replicating and people having kids, that's the only thing that's keeping the dream alive. I saw that they, I don't know if you guys, the acronym escapes me right now. It's called NORAD, right? Maybe, who's in the chat that would know? Where's Joe Jackson? Is Joe Jackson in the chat? Alicia Hahn, good morning to you. Get to know Bertha 5, Illinois. I got Bertha 5, Illinois right here, as a matter of fact. You see that? It's the Spanish version, though. Joe Jackson's not in the chat. The time is, what time is it? 8:43. No, listen. NORAD. I think it's called NORAD. It's like it's whatever the acronym stands for. NORAD. You know what they do? And they've been doing it since I was a kid. They track Santa, right? Oh, they'd be like, oh. And you see it on the news, right? And he'd be like, Santa Claus is flying over Turkey, right? And we're parents. We sitting there like, okay, Santa's really flying through Turkish airspace. But the kids don't know that, right? So they're telling you, Dad, look, he's flying over Bangladesh now. Maybe he'll get here. Right. Maybe he will. Keep it alive, man. Keep it alive. Just keep it alive. That's all you got to do. That's all we need to do. Keep it alive. For all the people who believe, keep it alive, man. Keep it alive. It's to the point now where even the smallest nice thing, to me, is just fantastic. I'm a man who's very easily thrilled by nice stuff now. You know, it doesn't take much to make me happy now. And the more I do this, and the more I do like my actual job, the stronger and the more impassioned I become just for people to do normal, nice, decent things for other people to make them lift up. You know what I'm saying? I hope that you guys do. The time is 8:44 a.m. Okay, so I'm going to take myself to another commercial here. What was I going to tell you guys? Hold on. I got something very important to tell you, dear people, about. Alicia Hahn is very cool. She is a dear friend of ours, and we had a great interview with Alicia Hahn and David. Was David your partner's name? I hope it was David. I don't want to mess nobody's name up on the air, but it was really good, and we did it on Buenos Dias, Aurora, second largest city, first bilingual news podcast. You guys can check that out, and don't forget to subscribe to the show on YouTube as well. Okay, so I got some news for you guys. January 5th is going to be Celebración del Dia de los Reyes Magos. That's going to be at the downtown Aurora Public Library, the Santori branch. Once again, it's going to be January 5th, 7 p.m. And January 5th is a Thursday, Jueves. Ooh, I know y'all impressed, right? Damn. Curtis got language is pretty good with this one. All right. And then the next thing I want to tell you guys about before we get back to my little rant, before I end all of this great stuff, is that holiday meals are still available from Loaves and Fishes Community Services. The window for online food shopping will open on Saturday, December 31st at 8 a.m., and the Naperville Food Market will reopen on Tuesday, January 3rd. Okay? So Loaves and Fishes, they do great stuff, and they have been doing great things, ending hunger and transforming lives. Ending hunger and transforming lives. We should all be We should all be so dedicated in everything that we do for other people. The time is 8:46 a.m. So, yeah, I'll tell you this. Come on out to our New Year's Eve party. It's going to be a smashing event. We're going to have the Hangovers band playing there for us. We're going to be at Tavern on Broadway, 24 North Broadway. Come on out and spend some time with us. Sit with us, talk with us, get to know us, for those of you people who don't know us already. And then, have a good time. Have a cocktail or two with us. Or if you want to go splash elsewhere, you can do all that. I mean, I don't know where you're going to, it's only going to be the flyest party. So you can, do your thing, right? Go to the other little places and all that. But, around 11 o'clock, make it back to us. 24 North Broadway is the place, Tavern on Broadway. I want to say thank you very much to Mark and Patrick Hogan, the owners of Tavern on Broadway, for allowing us to jam in there and do our thing. And I want to say thank you very much to the Hangovers band, a top-notch band, fantastic band. In many countries, they're being streamed. Check them out on Spotify. We've interviewed them like 2 or 3 times, and they're going to be playing for us a couple of jams. So get ready for that. Josue Pais, will you be at our party? You better be. Tomorrow is going to be another great episode of Buenos Dias, Aurora. Our dear friend Karina Suarez Darden will return. And then we also have Putton in the work. Barrett Putton, our my mentee from the Wabanzi Community College Triumph Mentoring Program, will be here. And he will be delivering news to you guys as well in his own little style, right? His own little fashion. You know how he do. He got his own little way about him. He's a cool brother, and I love him very much. Matt Hansen is here. Good morning to you, Matt Hansen. Glad to see you, sir. I hope that you had a fantastic Christmas yourself, sir. I hope all you guys had a great Christmas. I hope you did. I really hope you did. I hope you guys had a great Christmas, and I hope that I hope that Christmas that you had fuels you up until the rest of the year. It's about to be 2023 very, very, very soon. So get ready for that. Once again, please come out and hang out with us for our New Year's Eve party. I think with the last couple of minutes that we have together here, I think I'm going to tell you guys a little story. You guys don't mind if I tell you a story, right? I'll tell you a little story. When I think I was like 10. Yeah, I was like 10. Maybe like 10 or 11 years old. And I remember, I told you guys, my parents are divorced. And I remember, like, Christmas, I remember the very first Christmas that, if I remember correctly, the very first Christmas when my parents, like, were divorced, like, when it all happened and all that. And then, my mom moved away from my dad, and my dad still lived in the same place. So, like, I remember when I was young, like, the whole double Christmas thing, right? And I remember, I just saw this picture, too. And going back to the lady who we helped out. Like, I remember spending a Christmas. We had the moving box, right? We had the moving boxes and everything, and this is back before flat screens. So, TVs used to poke out. You used to have a big thing in the back. And you used to have to put the cables in there and hook them up, the red, the white, the yellow. Remember that? For the Nintendo and everything? Whatever, right? And I saw this picture not that long. And we were eating for that Christmas. We were eating Chinese food on the TV box. Like, and as I look at the picture, there was like, you can see the walls in the back, right? I remember the apartment. There was like nothing on the walls or nothing. And I didn't remember any of that. I didn't remember any of that. And you could plainly see it in the picture. There's nothing on the walls. There's like plastic on the floor or like, just a bag or something. And me and my little brother are like having the greatest time ever. And like, as I look back on that picture and now having a son of my own, I look back on it and I'm like, man, that's actually the kind of feeling, right? That's the kind of feeling that I want other people to have. Because what you're going through is not going to stop, but how you deal with it means everything. How you deal with it. How are you dealing with it? Some people, bad things happen and they crumble. That's not an indication of a person being weak. Things affect people differently. But, like, I think about it now, and it makes me just, like, amazed. And it makes me try to strive to be a better person. Because, like, and I'm thinking about the lady, too, like I just told you guys, right? You know what I'm saying? With the lady. Again, she got to go through a whole bank account with me. You got divorced then and this, that, and the other. Your savings is this, blah, 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 that. You need to do this. You need to do that. Do you have an ID? No. Oh, it's expired. All of that. But the only thing that she cares about is making sure her son can have a good Christmas. Amazing, right? It's that kind of thing that gives you, perhaps, if you're like me, a little bit more hope in humanity. Matt says, hey there, Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah and Kwanzaa to all who celebrate. Hope everyone is staying warm and safe these days. Thank you very much for that, dear sir. We appreciate that. The time is 8:53. That's right. Happy Hanukkah to those who celebrate. Happy Kwanzaa to those who celebrate as well. Happy Noche Buena. Did that already happen? Any of my Latino people can tell me if that happened. Noche Buena, did that already happen? Is that before Christmas or the day after? I don't know. We'll ask on Good Morning Aurora tomorrow. But anyway, yes, whatever you celebrate, happy holidays to you, and I hope that you had a great, great Christmas. I'll tell you this, and I'm going to end on this. I want to reiterate to you guys so that you're ready. Listen, once again, start hanging out with people who love you. Start spending your time around people you love. No more that you just like them. They all right. He was, yeah, I know him from back in there. No more of that. Start surrounding yourself with people who love you and people that you love. Let's get more out of our relationships. Let's get more out of the people that we're around. Let's fill our cups with what they're pouring. And if their cup's a little bit empty, let's pour a little more in theirs, right? Let's redefine the people who we're around. Let's redefine ourselves. And let's see if we can go into this next year with a whole new disposition. We're not just doing shit. My bad. Oh, we almost never swear on the show. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry. But I'm feeling it, and I want you guys to feel it too. It's serious. I'm not playing. We're not just doing things. You're not just running for office, right? You didn't just win on the whatever board, right? You're not just showing up to work. You're not just dropping your kids off to school. You're not just grooming dogs, huh? You're not just working for the city or whatever you're doing, right? What is your purpose? Why are you doing it? If you're doing it for yourself, re-examine that. But if you're doing it for somebody else, make sure that you're doing it with compassion. Me, I was humbled again, as I told you. I was humbled. What I thought for me was just a job I needed to get over was something that meant for that person everything in the world. The time is 8:56 a.m. Matt says, Noche Buena is Christmas Eve. Thank you very much for that, Vanessa Rodriguez and Gary. See, that's why you need good listeners. I'm a day late and $1 short for Noche Buena. Today is Boxing Day. Long live the king. Really? Boxing Day. All right. Matt says, let's go make an attempt to get a better understanding of what someone outside of our circle is going through. Sean Franklin, good morning to you as well. Time is 8:57. Ladies and gentlemen, have a fantastic day, a beautiful day, and stay warm. Good Morning Aurora will return to you on Wednesday. And with that, take care of yourself and each other.